Hello, my name is Javier, and I'll be interviewing Yesenia for this assignment. So let's begin. What are your thoughts about physical activity, if any?
So, my thoughts on physical activity are that it's a basic necessity in life. It's something that we do on the daily without even knowing it. It's just as simple as walking to your car, walking to work, walking around work. I think it's something that the body needs naturally.
Mm. That's awesome that you have these positive ideas about physical activity, but where did you get these ideas from?
I think these ideas come from, just social, your social circles. Just how do you say planning things to do. It's kind of like planning a hike or planning to go to the beach. When you're at the beach, you're playing sports or walking around or hiking, or you're moving your body around inclines and all of that.
Oh, so you believe it's from your social circle. Does that mean you have a very active social circle?
No.
No.
No, I don't have a very active social circle. But you do have those people you meet up with at times, and it's like, hey, like let's just go for a hike today, or let's go for a walk on the beach today. You have those people that are willing to do that with you, and you with them.
Okay, so do you have those people? If you you do have these people since you are talking about it. So what will be your current physical activity level, if any?
So right now, my current physical activity level is 0. Um, yeah.
Can you? All right. So what's stopping you from participating in physical activity?
I think right now it's just the lack of motivation, the lack of your own self discipline of being able to be like, okay, I'm just gonna get up and take the dog out for a walk, or I'm gonna hop on the treadmill today, or I'm just gonna, call some friends and see if they wanna go out and just walk around somewhere.
So you think being physically active is really hard, and that's why you don't want to be participate in it?
Yeah, I think the physical, I think it's hard in the sense of, again, having that self discipline and also just wanting it. I think it's hard in the sense that you don't what personally I don't want to put my body through that strain, even though it's good for you. I hate my body hurting and sweating. So that's what I would say is difficult for me.
What would you define physical activity?
Like I said, physical activity can be as small as going for a walk, just yourself or with your pet. It can extend to doing other activities such as, surfing, something more extreme, or going to the gym and doing different exercises, or even sports.
So you did mention that you did have a pet. Uh, would you be able to use this pet to be able to enhance your physical activity?
Yeah, I think my pet is one of the reasons that motivates me to sometimes get up on out of bed and run around with him, or take him out to for a walk, just because again that physical activity is something that he also needs, and we would be doing together.
Okay. So you think this pet is one of the main encouragement of your physical activity? What will be other encouragements of for physical activity?
I think other encouragements are, again, your social circles. It's people you see all the time and communicate with all the time, people who sometimes have the same goals or even just common interests. So it's just hanging out with those people who want to go for a hike on some days, or want to go walk around the mall.
Um, so do you see yourself contacting these people to actually go on this physical activity? Because you say your current physical activity is 0, and you do have these social circles. Well, can you contact them? Is there a way for you to contact them so you can go out?
Yeah, I think contacting them, you would think it's easy. It's something that I can do. we do, you know, but again, you know, just life gets ahead of you sometimes, and sometimes you can't schedule that on the day that everybody's off or everybody's available. um but it is something that has been done in the past, and I know that if we plan it, it could be done. It would just be a matter of when.
And so, what are stuff that in your life that prevents you from participating in physical activity?
I think some life preventions are, things preventing me, are just life itself. It's easy to say life is getting in the way. You know, you work your 8 to 5, and you come home and you're just like, oh, it's late already. It's almost gonna be 6. Do I really have time to go out and do this? Or, you know, I haven't had a day off, or today's my day off. I need to go run errands instead. So I think that basic life excuse is one of the things that would prevent me. And then another one is just a lack of self-motivation.
Okay, so to summarize, you know that physical activity is good for you. You have people, you have your animal to help encourage you, but because of life, because of other things that are more important than physical activity, you are not going to participate in it.
Yeah, that's correct.
So you said motivation was something that's stopping you. What is your motivation for physical activity?
My motivation, again, just my dog and my friends. I think it's those two that would be the only things to kind of get me, or and family, you know, social circles, to get you out the door, to do something active.
Okay. So all right. So what are some of these physical activities that you have done, and how'd you feel when you were doing them?
So types of physical activities that I have done are going on hikes with friends and walking on the beach, playing sports at the park, and things like that. I've also tried going to the gym, although I've realized it's not for me. But when, you know, although I do say it's like difficult, you know, when you're doing something like that, you do, I feel like you don't really notice the difficulty of it when you're having fun, which is why social circles are important in these types of motivations when it comes to activity. Because it makes you feel good. You're just like, yeah, like that was so fun. Like I was sweating so much, but you don't realize it in the moment. So you just kind of feel good. You feel that rush of adrenaline, and then the next day you're probably dying of being sore, but you don't really care because you're having fun sometimes.
So because you were participating in this physical activity with your friends, in the end you found yourself actually having fun, right?
Yeah.
So would you want to be able to continue this feeling of fun?
Yeah, I think that feeling of fun through activities is what makes these different forms of activities worth doing, you know, because you're doing something new or doing something that you don't get to do every day, such as work your job 8 to 5. It's like, you know, I'm going out today into nature, having this hike with good people and having fun.
Okay, well, so to backtrack a little bit, you said this day you work 8 to 5 and you feel tired in the end. What is something that will motivate you to go to the gym or to go work out or to do something physical right after work?
I think it's just I think it all starts with you, right? So I think just having that mental clarity, or that mental strength to be like, okay, I worked my shift today. I'm going to go straight to the gym, or I'm going to go straight to this trail and go for a walk, instead of coming home, laying in bed for 5 minutes, thinking about taking a power nap. And I think, again, it takes that person, that other person, to kind of pull you out and motivate you and be like, hey, you know what? Like, get up, you're off. Let's go, put your shoes on. We're going to do this today. Let's go together.
do you have another person to be able to actually do that for you?
Yes, even though you know, I know I have these connections of people who go to the gym and they wouldn't mind taking me and showing me and all of that, but I think it's so easy to be like, oh, what if they're busy right now, or oh, maybe they can't go today. So it's like, yes, I have these people, but you don't always reach out because you don't always know whether they're available when you are.
So even though you do have these people, you feel like you can't contact them because you feel like you're bothersome or you're interfering with their life.
Yeah, that's correct.
What is something that you think that will make you change that thought?
I think it just starts with actually sending that message, or actually, dialing that number and making that phone call and being like, hey, um, I want to try to do this, or I want to do this. Are you interested in doing it together, or when can we do it together? And just putting it in the plan, so you guys can both do that together.
Is that something that you think you can do? Do you think you could send a text?
Yeah, I think it's definitely possible. Again, it's just having that self-strength, that self-motivation to put yourself out there, to be better when it comes to activities.
Okay, so do you see yourself working out in the future?
I hope so, yes. I hope to start Monday, because every Monday is a new start day. But I do, it is something I want to incorporate in my life, for my own health in the future and for my present health today.
Okay, so where do you actually plan to begin? What is step number 1 for you?
So step one, I think, of course, is where I think most health journeys or active journeys begin, is by what you consume and what you put into your body, building yourself, building your energy and all of that through what you eat. So then when you do go on that first small walk, that 1 mile will turn to 2, and so on.
So you believe diet is very important. How long would you wait after you change of this diet for you to actually go on that one small walk?
I think it can all start together. So you start this clean eating, and then baby steps. You don't take it to the extreme, and like they've said before, it's about building a habit, and it's just about putting in that time and taking all that time to start doing those activities.
So what would be the goal for that day? Let's say you get home after 5. What's going to be that goal?
I think the goal is to come home and push myself to not jump into bed, or not make an excuse of, oh, maybe the sun's going down already, and just self-motivate myself, basically.
Okay, but the actual walking, like let's say how long would you walk for, or for how far, or who would you go with, or what would you do?
So I think for starters, it's that walk that I talk about is with my dog, like we've spoken about him before. Taking my dog out for that walk, it can be as short as an hour, and sometimes, like, when you're out there doing those things, that hour turns to 2, and I think that's again about making it fun, seeing your dog out there have fun running around. And yeah, I think 2 hours is a good time.
Okay, that's really great, especially because for people to meet the protocol or the guidelines, it's only like 150 minutes of moderate exercise. So for 2 hours, especially for one day, is great. You could even begin with something smaller, like as if maybe just a 10-minute walk if you're comfortable with that. So you think you could do 2-hour walk? Well, I think that's amazing. And yeah, just thank you, Yesenia, for speaking to me today, and I wish you good luck with your fitness journey.
Thank you.